Howdy! Welcome to the Whiskey Butler. I'm your host, Wesley Butler, here to serve you a little holiday whiskey wisdom. We are on day 10, getting close to the end there, but we're not quite there. We're on day 10 of our 12-day adventure through Bottled and Bond whiskeys, and today have yet another special guest. This special guest was, how many times can I say special guest in a row? I don't know. This guest was college roommate, been a best friend for a long time, and is the special guest for today because it's his birthday. I want to welcome Corey Wagner in. Yes, you've seen him before in these episodes.
Yeah. Audience goes wild.
And the crowd goes crazy. What's up, dude?
How's it going?
Doing all right?
All right.
You doing all right?
Yeah.
You
12
sure?
days of Christmas. About to get better.
Actually, the 12 days of Christmas starts
Well-
after the day after Christmas and runs, so this is actually a 12-day Advent.
Okay. That's fine
You
too.
missed the opening episode.
Yeah, I was celebrating in the green room. So I might have missed that opening roll call.
You missed the opening roll call. That's okay. But hey, happy birthday.
Thank you.
We won't tell the people how old you are today.
It's a good call.
But sort of goes along with one of your birthdays we actually spent on the Bourbon Trail in Kentucky.
This is true.
So what better way to spend this birthday but drinking some bourbon, not in Kentucky, but here in Maryland.
Still works.
You up for that?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Excellent. So before we get started and before I disclose to you what your birthday whiskey is, can you tell the people one thing that makes a whiskey bottled and bond?
Bottled and Bond. At least 100 proof. Actually, exactly 100 proof.
There you go. Words matter. Words matter. Okay, since you got that one so easily, can you tell the people one more thing about bottled and bond whiskeys?
Must be stored in a bonded warehouse.
Okay. For how long?
4 years.
At least 4 years. There you go. All right. So clearly you have been you've been watching these episodes and you've learned a thing or two on our trip to Kentucky. So we'll talk about that trip to Kentucky later. But
All right.
it's your birthday, so I decided maybe we should just get the man something he likes. So, booyah!
All right.
Heaven and Hill. Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond. 7 years. Would you like to know a little bit about Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond?
Please.
Would you like me to pour it and then talk about it while we're drinking?
I say pour first.
Okay, I'll pour first. Yeah, definitely. Because you know what we like to do here on the Whiskey Butler is we like to feed your mind and your palate. So we will, but today we're going to go in reverse. We're going to feed the palate first, and then we'll feed the mind. So we'll pour a little Heaven Hill Bottled and Bond. Look at that.
Wow,
It pours out
generous
smooth.
pour, too.
Yeah, generous pour. Yeah, well, you know,
Appreciate you.
I never know how long we're going to kibitz on these things. So, you know, it's just making sure we got enough here, making sure we got enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. L'chaim, my friend.
Cheers. Sláinte.
Yes. Ooh. That's like heavy vanilla on the nose there. Heavy vanilla on the nose.
Nice little sweet on the palate. That's very good.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
I mean, look. I mean, we could just cut right to the end right now. You know, we could just say, if you find it, buy it, right? But we're gonna do a little warm up, lead up to it. You know, nose got a little caramel, vanilla. Got a lot of vanilla on the nose. Very smooth. It's 7 years. So, Heaven Hill is actually a privately owned distillery in Kentucky. And I say privately owned because you know you got your Sazeracs out there and your Brown and Formans, whatever. Shout out to Brown and Forman as a shareholder. But anyway, privately owned Heaven Hill. The Heaven Hill brand, actually the first bourbon they ever made was Bottled and Bond. You know when that was?
I do not.
1935. 1935, they put it into the barrels and they decided to let it wait for 4 years so they could release it as Bottled and Bond. It was released in 1939 and was one of the top-selling whiskeys in Kentucky at that time. So the Heaven Hill brand has always been about Bottled and Bond whiskey. The Heaven Hill family of bourbons actually has the most bottled and bond whiskeys of any family of bourbons out there.
Really?
So, we're going to let our studio audience know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
So the first question for you is, can you name all of the bottled and bond whiskeys in the Heaven Hill family?
I cannot.
Well, can you at least give it a try?
I'm just going to get that out up front. I'm not going to name all 7.
How do you know it's 7?
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know.
Okay.
So how many we got? How many can you name? Whoa. Let me just say, for those of you that have been watching all along, up until this point, we have had one other Heaven Hill brand whiskey consumed in this 12-day Advent.
Okay. Is Evan Williams Heaven Hill?
Evan Williams is Heaven Hill. Ding, ding, ding. Evan Williams White Label.
White Label.
Bottled and Bond. There you go. That's my house whiskey here, by the way. It's always in the decanter upstairs. Evan Williams White Label.
It's a good choice.
It is a good choice. It's a very good choice. All right, what else you got?
That was really the only one I had locked and loaded.
So the one that we consumed earlier, actually in a birthday episode, but clearly it wasn't your birthday, Nikki drank the Henry McKenna.
Ooh,
Henry McKenna is a Heaven Hill bottled and bond.
That's good.
And that was a 10-year.
That's a 10-year.
Yeah. Okay.
And tough to find.
It's not as tough to find anymore.
Maybe not as it used to be a couple years
but
ago.
it's a higher price than it used to be.
That's for sure.
Okay, what else you got?
Man, I don't.
You had another one earlier this year in the Bottled and Bond March Madness. It was an unexpected corn whiskey.
Was it the sweet corn, was it?
It's called Mellow Corn.
Mellow Corn.
Yes, Mellow Corn. It's a Heaven Hill.
That was a pretty divisive one, yeah. I could say.
Okay, so we'll skip ahead. So we got Heaven Hill, we got Evan Williams, we have the Mellow Corn, we have Henry McKenna, we have Rittenhouse.
Oh.
Rittenhouse Rye is a Heaven Hill brand, and then the ever elusive. I haven't been able to get my hands on it. I've seen it a lot of times, just never pulled the trigger. Old Fitzgerald Bottled and Bond is a Heaven Hill brand. Okay, and so those are your Heaven Hill. I mean, that's what, 6? That's 6 Heaven Hill brands. Yeah. Here at the Butler Tavern, the Whiskey Butler Tavern, we have 5 of the 6. We don't have the Old Fitzgerald, but we do enjoy ourselves a good Bottled and Bond whiskey, and we certainly appreciate all the ones in the Heaven Hill. Even the Mellow Corn, which is not necessarily a favorite of all the folks in the studio audience right now. Okay, so we talked earlier about Kentucky Bourbon Trail that we went on for your birthday. Yes. But before we get to there, tell the people what your favorite holiday drink is.
My favorite holiday drink? I'm probably going to say like a apple cider with a little, spiked with a little bourbon in there.
Apple cider with some Mellow Corn?
Maybe not Mellow Corn.
Maybe some Rittenhouse.
Maybe some Rittenhouse for
Maybe
sure.
some Rittenhouse.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah.
So, a little apple cider, some Rittenhouse rye, and maybe a little cinnamon stick in there or something.
A little cinnamon stick?
Just
top
it off. But.
You anything else in the mulling other than cinnamon or,
I'm fine with that.
Just cinnamon?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just cinnamon.
Some hot apple cider is,
Hot apple cider. Got it. Okay. So next thing, how about we tell the people what your favorite holiday movie is?
Well, for me, that's going to be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Really?
Love it. Watch it every year.
It's got Kevin Hart in it, right?
It does not. That might have been a few years before Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
That's in the
Chevy Chase.
That is the Chevy Chase.
That's Chevy Chase.
Part of the vacation films, but
yes.
I think it's one of the best.
One of the best.
I laugh out loud every time I watch it. It's hilarious. It's great. Then a good close second is A Christmas Story.
Okay. We actually we talked about The Christmas Story in a previous episode. Somebody else said that was their favorite.
I don't doubt it.
We said that Kevin Hart should do a remake. And we said we want licensing. We want royalties. Maybe it was A Wonderful Life. I'm being told it was A Wonderful Life. In my ear here, I'm being told it's A Wonderful Life. But it would be okay if you decided to redo A Christmas Story.
I don't know. I might get some backlash. I don't know.
Might get some backlash.
And they just had the new one come out on HBO Max just the other day.
I guess I'll have to watch that.
A Christmas Story Christmas.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I haven't watched it yet though. But.
Well, we'll just move right on through that.
Not that Kevin Hart couldn't pull it off.
Kevin Hart? Who's Kevin Hart?
I said Kevin Hart.
Are you sure? Because I heard Kevin Hart.
Well, that might have been the Heaven's Hill talking. Well, his little-known brother, Kevin Hart.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna move forward to so you like this?
Oh
right?
yes, yeah, very good.
So let's talk about the trip to Kentucky, right? Which was during the holiday time. What was your favorite part of the trip?
Probably just being on the.
Don't give me the. Whoa, I'm gonna pause you right there.
Okay.
Don't give me this whole like, oh, I was with friends and we had a good time. We got to no.
I didn't know about half those people anyway.
That's true. I did.
But I wanted them there.
This is true. I mean, he did get final approval over who was invited.
Yeah.
So, but like, what did you do on the trip that was your favorite part of the trip?
So I just going, of course, going through all the distilleries, but I thought the Buffalo Trace Distillery was really cool.
Okay.
We spent I think that was our first stop, and we spent quite a bit of time there.
Actually, it was the first stop on Saturday, but it was not the first
Yeah,
distillery.
it was the first stop on the bus tour that we took on Saturday.
Yes.
So I would say the Buffalo Trace Distillery, which was a lot of fun. It was a good tour. Had a good tasting room at the end, and then just the whole bus ride in general. Just everybody being on the bus, and we're just because after every stop, that got a little bit more. I don't know what the right word is, but by the end we were all doing very well.
we were doing very well by the end. Do you remember all the distilleries that we stopped at that day? Unfortunately, we did not get to go to Heaven Hill because Heaven Hill is south on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, and we went east.
Yes. So I believe we did Buffalo Trace, Woodford, Four Roses, and we tried to do Wild Turkey, but we got there too late and missed.
We missed the last tour.
We missed the last tour.
They were nice enough to sell us a bottle, though.
And was there another one?
Not on Saturday.
I don't think so.
On Saturday, those were the only 4 that we went to. Do you remember the other ones that we went to while we were in Louisville?
We did hit Evan Williams, and we did hit Angel's Envy.
Yes. I was very impressed with the Angel's Envy.
Yeah, and I think that was just right after they had opened too. So like they hadn't been open maybe a few months, I want to say.
Yeah.
And that's where I got to actually knock a bunghole into one of the barrels, and we all signed the barrel.
Yeah, we did. We also got to drink the White Dog right off the still.
We did.
Whew, I'll put some hair on your chest right there.
Or take it off.
Yes, we're gonna have to set up another trip. Another trip.
We should do that.
We should definitely do
imminently.
That. Yes. Well, maybe not this year.
It's a little, yeah. I mean, because today's my birthday, so
this is true. So we should plan it,
right?
Maybe for the next holiday season.
That's pretty imminent.
All right. Okay. So let's talk about other things that I've talked about with people on this. What is your favorite holiday tradition that you like to do? Right? Not necessarily one from growing up or whatever, but what is your favorite holiday tradition this time of year, what you like to do every year, other than celebrate your birth?
My birthday, 2 days before. I don't know. Like, I just, since I live up here on the East Coast now, I don't get to spend it very often with family. So I usually just sleep in late and wake up and remember that I have already gotten all my presents from Amazon a few days before. So I'm not like wrapping my own presents and then opening them 2 days later. So I don't know. It's probably just wake up and enjoy the day and hope to see some friends along the way.
Okay. All right. That sounds like a good... Is there anything that you always eat during the holiday season?
Not really. No. Just this typical either turkey or ham or something like that on Christmas
Do you cook
Day.
It yourself?
No. That's a purchase. That's a purchase.
It's a purchase?
That's a purchase.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like, I always have to have, I think mashed potatoes is like my big thing on like...
Mashed potatoes.
I don't know why. They're just like mashed potatoes on Christmas. Dressing on Thanksgiving, mashed potatoes on Christmas.
What kind of dressing on Thanksgiving? Is it cornbread dressing or is it stuffing?
It is stuffing.
Stuffing.
Well, I mean, it's made with. So my mom makes it from scratch. Uses like old dry bread. Uses some of the dark meat and stuff from the turkey, and then all of her ingredients that are that I don't know
that are foreign to
me. Just some sage and some blah 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 and some something or other in there. I'll get the recipe one day.
Okay, so mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Do you do gravy on your potatoes?
Got to do some gravy. Yeah.
What are you a cream gravy guy or are you a brown gravy guy?
I prefer cream gravy, but I will go with any brown gravy as well. But preferably the cream gravy.
Preferably the cream gravy.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so still enjoying this Heaven Hill. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, if you can find Heaven, so this has become an annual release for Heaven Hill. It's always going to be 7 years. If you can find it, this is probably going to run you in the. It's a premium whiskey, so it's going to run you in the, I would say the $70 range. It is definitely. Would you say it's a good buy?
Oh yeah.
I think this is worth $70. Sitting around now, if you buy this around the holidays, around this time, and you're sitting around drinking with folks,
don't just leave that sitting out.
Well, this is true. Don't just leave it sitting out, and don't let them put it in eggnog. Don't let them put it in cider. If you like them, you can let them put an ice cube in it. If they're not.
But you do got to give them like a sideways look just for doing it.
You give them a sideways look. It's only 100 proof. Okay. But this is certainly not a mixer, okay? There have been other whiskeys that we've talked about in this 12-day Advent that are mixers. This is not one of them, okay? This is not one of them. I think I know what you're going to say, but if you found this in your stocking, is this going to be Cole? Or is this going to be a candy cane?
That's going to be like probably 3 candy canes.
Oh, my man said 3 candy canes. Well, you know what? I'm going to give you 1.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to give you 2. That's a Skittles candy cane right there. It tastes the rainbow.
What?
Yeah, and then you get the traditional candy cane right there. Right. Don't eat all those at once and make sure you brush your teeth. All right. This is all we got because we might actually end up crushing this bottle later on tonight. But thank you for watching. I want to thank Corey for coming on again. Because he's a veteran of these episodes. Please comment, like this video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. Click the bell so you're always reminded of future episodes, like the one coming tomorrow, Christmas Eve, day 11, here on the 12-day Advent series, Bottled and Bond Whiskeys. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and really hope everyone has a safe and happy holidays out there. So please join me in wishing Corey happy birthday once again. And join us on the next episode of The Whiskey Butler. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.